Fox, I reckon. Well, as always, you find me on sunny Dartmoor, which it almost is, and today on the South Moor, over in the Far East as well, where they drink vodka and all sorts like that, and I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just going up that hill. South Moor is a little bit less barren and bleak than the North Moor. There are tours, but they aren't quite as high and windswept. So we'll see what we can find here. Already passed some old medieval, well, I believe the medieval field systems. So we'll see what this brings us. Apart from out of breath. Here's a handy little tip. Now, I always said that I was never going to do tips and things like that on my channel. I've always said my channel's just about the moors and the adventure. But this is a little tip. If you ever come out on the moor, it doesn't matter where you are in the UK, it's always going to be pretty much the same. If you ever come out and forget your compass, you've got your map but you've forgotten your compass, and you aren't too sure where you are, if you can come across a tree or a gorse bush or heather, you can fairly well work out your direction. Now, the prevailing wind in the United Kingdom is the southwest, which is that way, and I can tell you that without looking at a compass, by looking at this tree. Now, this tree actually bucks all the trends because it's leaning the wrong way. If you look closely at it, he's snapped at some point. But if you look at the branches, especially at the top, you will see that the thicker growth and the direction of that growth is going away from the wind at the top branches. Bigger branch down the bottom is because it's facing south, but they all turn away from the wind. So there you go. That is one way you can find your direction. I think it pretty much work out anywhere in the world, providing you know which way the prevailing wind is coming from. So I know that that is southwest and that isn't. a bit boggy. Must be near the top. Some of my usual walking mates behind me, they seem to follow me everywhere I go. Trying to find a cross. I've had a look at the old map thingamajig. There's supposed to be a cross up here somewhere. So we'll try and find that, and then we want to make a decision. Because clouds are starting to roll in a little bit, and it's starting to look a little bit hazy out that way. So the decision is, do we try and find the homestead which is in that direction after we found the cross, of course, or somewhere in that direction we should have a stone row. So I'll let you decide. Alright, maybe not. Come across a lot of these gullies, zorns. Not 100% sure what they are. My best guess is they're tinning. It's not streaming, that's for sure. So whether they've actually found a seam, a tin seam, and followed it up, I don't know. That would be my best guess. God, I wouldn't like to be up here digging by hand. No, thank you, sir. Right, onward and upward. The best is behind me, as you will have noticed in most of my videos. Well, I found the cross, which is a relief because I thought somebody'd stolen it, but still haven't found the stone row, which should be over that way somewhere. Get the feeling it's one of these, probably one of these stone rows that is only just barely visible above the ground. Still, at least we found the cross. Not a bad sized cross. I'm 6 foot, so what is it, 7.5 foot tall? Too bad. Right, do we go and look for this circle, or do we come back for it? Circle? No, it's not a circle, it's a row. Do we come back for it? Let's go and have a look, see if we can find it, shall we? Got a bit of time yet. Right. See you in a mo. Well, just as I expected, The stone row is none too impressive, although it would have been at one time, I think. A great big stone lying down here, and we can just about make out the stones running down there. We'll walk to the end and see what that brings us, but mission accomplished. We found the stone row and we found the cross and some cairns, some old Bronze Age burial mounds. Still coming back here, I think there's 3 rows of stones. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and then 3. It's quite unusual, 3 rows. Yeah, so there's a homestead I want to visit, obviously disused homestead, and a brook that I noticed on the map seems to have the longest name on Dartmoor. So we'll go and visit that at some point as well. Follow that up. In fact, if I follow the brook, eventually it'll take me to the homestead. Right, well, there definitely doesn't seem to be much left of this stone row, which is a shame. Right, well, we'll call this the end of the video. Next week, out again with special guest stars. You know who you are. So the Jinx will be there, so it'll be raining for sure. We've had a dry week this week, and they give a dry week right up until the Jinx comes down. So I expect we'll be needing umbrellas or aqualungs. Right, catch you in a while. Arrivederci, as they say in Spain or other Latin countries. They don't say arrivederci in Spain, do they?